Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I'm really excited to do because it's going to be a tag video and I quite enjoy doing tag videos. I saw my friend Angelica do this one. It was the small creator tag and it was started by Hannah from Smoky Gloves. So I will have her channel and also Angelica's video linked down below in case you want to catch more of these. But I thought some of the questions were pretty interesting and they could be fun to chat about. I love to chat, so why don't we go ahead and get started. Guys, before we jump into this, I just finished wrapping up this video and as I went to move it over to my computer, I realized I was filming in the wrong setting the entire time. That was a very long video, very chatty video, and I really don't want to refilm it. I feel like just some of the authenticity would not be there with some of these questions with the tag video, but I just wanted to throw that in there before we get started, that I'm filming in the wrong setting, so I apologize about that. My camera has the face filter, which is always turned off, but if I have facial recognition on, it still somehow will like look like I have a face filter on. This is what happened to me for a very long time. I couldn't figure out what was going on because face filter was always turned off. But if you have facial recognition, basically just to like keep me in focus, if I move around, keeping my face in focus, I think is what it's for. It does that kind of like filter effect. So I'm really sorry about that. I did not mean to do that. I'm really upset that I didn't stop, because there's a couple times I looked up at the camera because I thought something was weird. It was because that box was following my face and I should have known, but I was just having such a good time. I just was like in my own zone. So I apologize. Sorry about that. That's my bad. Okay, so the first question, there is 14 questions. The first question is, how many years have you been on YouTube? I believe I posted my first video in like the spring of 2015, but actually when I started my channel, I started as mainly a book channel because I'm also a published author and a book blogger, and I was having it kind of be the extension of my book blog because I definitely noticed I've been a blogger since 2009. And I could definitely notice a decline on blogging. And it was, I think, which is like the rise of YouTube and the popularity of videos. That's kind of where the attention was going. So I thought I should start a YouTube channel. But I had always wanted to somehow incorporate beauty into what I was doing. My blog, when it first started, it was more of a women's lifestyle blog. I did, you know, fashion posts over there, beauty posts. I would even like chat about like celebrities and fitness and just anything else that I could think to talk about over on my blog. I was doing it. And beauty kind of got pushed down for a very long time. And then it came into a book blog, but I always wanted to figure out how to get beauty back. And I started doing YouTube and I started doing the book videos and I was having fun doing them, but it wasn't what I thought. Like, I kind of just felt like I was being super repetitive because at the same time, I didn't want to completely shut down my blog because my blog is what I own it, you know? I don't own YouTube, I don't own Instagram, I don't own Twitter or any of these other platforms I'm on. I own my blog. I am in complete control of that. So I never wanted to get rid of my blog, so then I just felt like I was doing double the work and I couldn't quite, I wasn't enjoying that. So in I have a hair that is just driving me crazy. I think it was in the summer of 2016 that I revamped my channel and made it solely a beauty channel. And I do still talk about books sometimes, you know, especially when I publish a book, I typically do a get ready with me talking about the book and the process and all of that. But yeah, as an actual beauty channel, it's been just over 2 years now. So this is kind of a long answer, but yeah. Okay, and the next question is, what was your very first video about? I think my very first video is called like Hello Chicklet Plus because that's the name of my blog. Chicklet is one of my favorite genres, especially one of my favorite genres to read. It's kind of like a women's fiction, but it's more on like the lighthearted side. A lot of times it's more humorous. Usually with Chicklet, we have a female protagonist and typically we are getting details into like her love life, her career, you know, things like that, her girlfriends, her friendships, and all of that. So I always love reading chick lit, and so when I started my blog, I had chick lit in there, and I put the plus to symbolize this is more than a book blog. That was what the plus was for. So yeah, my first video, I think it was called Hello Chicklet Plus, and I basically was like this. Hey everybody, my name is Samantha. This is my first YouTube video. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm really excited. That is a taste of my first YouTube video. I was terrified. I'm like so far away. I don't know. I used to film off my phone, so that's all I had. I didn't have a viewfinder. I couldn't see myself. You know, my phone was turned around. I couldn't see myself. In my first, like, so many videos, it's like I'm so far away from the camera. I'm like, what were you doing? And I was so quiet. Like I was so, because I was just nervous and, you know, uncomfortable, and it was just, you know, an odd feeling. I feel like I've gotten more used to it. I feel like every time I start my videos, I'm like, hey everyone, what's up? Like I'm yelling at you now. In my first few videos, I'm very quiet and I talk like this and I'm very scared. Okay, so number 3 is, who is your dream collab? When I saw this question, I mostly, like, the people that were popping into my mind were people versus brands. So I'm not sure if it was supposed to be brands or people, but for me, I immediately had a bunch of other YouTubers pop into my head. The number one person I would just like love to collaborate with someday, and I don't know if she does any collaborations, but is Carly Bible, because she was the first ever YouTuber I started watching. I've said that many times on my channel. She was the very first beauty YouTuber. It was how I discovered people did beauty videos on YouTube, and she was such a huge help in learning me how to do makeup, because before I started my YouTube channel, I really had no idea what I was doing, and I was always so frustrated because I loved makeup and buying makeup and playing with makeup, but I could not create these beautiful makeup looks. I was so lost. And so being able to follow step by step with a YouTube tutorial was like boom for me, and I just think that she's a great teacher still. It's been really fun to watch Carly because, I mean, I've been watching her I started watching YouTube in about 2013, I think I'm gonna say, 2012, 2013. So I've been watching her for so many years. And it's so interesting that so many things that she does now in her tutorials, like she did back then too. Like I just feel like I'm watching the same person. So that's pretty cool. But I would also love to collaborate with her because she's a big inspiration for me behind what you can do with your platform, what you can do with your voice. I mentioned this in my Get Ready With Me life update video, that Carly was a really big inspiration because I've seen what she's done. I mean, she has, I don't know how many millions of subscribers she has now, but it is a lot, 5 million maybe. So she has a ton of subscribers, and she's done a lot of really cool things, especially when it comes to like charity work and just like volunteer work, I don't know, things like that that just inspire me and motivate me and show me that there's more to, especially like the beauty community on YouTube. There's even more there that you can use, you know, once you have this really large platform and once you have this really big voice. She's really showed that, and it just really inspires and motivates me. So I mean, even if I didn't like do a collab, just be able to even like meet her one day just to say thank you, I think that would be pretty freaking cool. The person that I would absolutely love to collaborate with would be Casey Holmes. I think she was like the 3rd YouTuber that I ever started watching, and I just kind of feel the same as Carly. Like I feel like I'm still watching the same person all, you know, so many years later. But I just think that she's also very motivating. You know, I've seen what she does. She has a very large subscriber count as well. I think she has over 1 million subscribers, but she's really motivating to me because she also recently started a clothing boutique, and I definitely know, I used to do some work with a clothing boutique, know how much work goes into that, and I just think it's so cool to see that she does that on the side, but then she still regularly posts to YouTube. Like she still, you can tell that she still enjoys what she's doing, and she still has like a regular upload schedule. She does amazing vlogs. She married into the Army. You know, we're an Army family. I feel like maybe we could chat a little bit. But she's just someone who's also very, very motivating to me. And yeah, those are 2 women that I like look up to a lot when it comes to YouTube. So those would be like my 2 dream collabs, or even just like getting to say hi. I think that'd be pretty cool. Okay, so number 4 says, what would it mean to you to make it on YouTube? And I don't know, that was a good question. I think Angelica got stumped on this one too, and I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, what would that mean? I mean, because sometimes it's like, what does it mean to make it in anything? Like, how do you know when you've made it in like life in general? I don't know. So I was thinking about like, would it be collaborations? Would it be, you know, something like financial wise? You know, is that what it would signify me to make it? But I think for me now, what it would mean to make it on YouTube would be kind of what I just said earlier about being able to use the platform to start something good. I mentioned again in my Get Ready With Me life update video that I really want to start a scholarship someday for girls who, you know, maybe come from an abusive past, such as myself, but who really want to go to school, they want to go to college, they want to continue their education or something, but they can't afford it. You know, things like that. I'll have that video linked down below because I discuss it a little bit more. And after saying that, I was really scared to say it because it's something that I've wanted for such a long time, for so many years, and I've been told no a lot, you know, when trying to get help to like get it off the ground and whatnot. I've been told no, you know, your dreams are too big, blah, blah, blah. And that was really annoying to me. And I got so many messages about that topic specifically on that video that it was just even more motivating to look into and, you know, to like work on leads that people were sending me. That was really, really cool. So I feel like to me, to make it, would be able to launch something like that, because that's a big reason of why I started not just a YouTube channel, but started on social media in general, was because I wanted to have a voice one day to be able to help people who were in pretty crummy situations like myself. So I think that to me is when I'd be like, boom, I have arrived, you know? Okay, so question number 5 is, what is your end goal on YouTube? I mean, that's a really big end goal for me, is to start something like that. I don't know if, I guess, I don't know, end goal sounds kind of weird to me because I don't think anything should ever like have to end. I feel like that would be like a really good actually like starting off point to maybe something else like greater down the road. I have a bunch of ideas in my mind of things that I want to do and how to like connect with people more, because especially since posting that life update video, I get probably on minimum 2 to 3 emails a day from people still now, letting me know of how they connected to that video, or how they connected to a certain situation in my life, or how they've now connecting to my books that I've written, because a lot of my story goes into my books. And it's like mind-boggling to me, and I just want to like go out and meet more people and do good things. And you know, I just have so many ideas of, you know, being able to meet people but doing something good at the same time, you know, whether it be like a clothing drive, whether it be food, whether it be something. That's something that we do a lot here too, is our volunteer work. I'd like to be able to expand that and bring it past just like the small town that I live in Iowa, and have it be a really big thing. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know if that's an end goal, but I don't know, that's a goal. Okay, so number 6 is, what is the hardest part about YouTube? I think to me, you know, I was thinking about this question for a while, and there's so many things I could say. The amount of time that goes into YouTube is insane. There is so many hours that have to go into it. So that's really tough. Obviously, you know, putting yourself out there on social media to be judged and criticized and all of that, definitely that's super hard to deal with. You know, that's definitely not easy. But for me, really, what I think one of the hardest parts of YouTube is having people not take you seriously, and that kind of sucks. That's the part that I feel like, especially, I mean, this comes a lot with people in my real life. It's almost like I kind of get looked down on, because it's like, well, you do something you want to do, you do something that's fun to you, so it's not a real job. And for me, I don't really understand that, because there's a lot of careers where people want to do that because they want to do something that they want to do. How many careers out there are like that? So I don't understand why YouTube is not taken seriously also, and why people just think that I just have super fun. Like, yes, YouTube is a lot of fun. It's also a lot of work. It's a lot of work because it's not that you're just putting your makeup on. There's lights and there's camera. You have to learn editing. I didn't know anything about editing. I still don't know anything about cameras and lighting and all of that. There's a lot that goes in behind the scenes. You don't just click on a camera and then upload this video to YouTube. There's a lot more that goes into it. There's marketing that you have to learn behind it. There's SEO that you have to learn, which is still like a baffling mystery to me. I mean, there's so much out there. And then at the same time, you really don't get any time off. You know, I used to work a regular job where I would go and put in my hours, and then I'd come home and say, peace out, work. I don't have to think about you. I don't have to look at my phone to catch up with you. I don't have to do anything else. I can turn myself off. With this job, with this career, you don't really get to turn yourself off at all. Even when, you know, I'm on vacation or I'm away, I'm still working, I'm still uploading, I'm still answering comments, I'm still going through emails. It's really not a 24/7 job, but you don't get that luxury of being able to turn off. It's really not. I mean, I've been doing social media for 9 years, and I really, especially once I went full time, not just with YouTube, but with writing books, with being a blogger, etc., you really don't get time off. I don't know, sometimes I think the hardest part for me is having people take me seriously. And I think one other hard part that goes into that is, for a very long time, you don't actually make money doing this, you know? Especially when it came to blogging too, I was putting a lot of money into hiring someone to create the blog. You know, I was putting a lot of time trying to to figure out, how do you even blog? How do you put a post up? How do you put pictures in your post? I had no idea. You know, it's 2009. I don't know how to blog. You know, trying to figure all this out and putting a lot of money and time into it and not getting any money back for a very long time. I think that kind of plays into people not taking you quite as seriously, because it's like, oh, you just do something for fun and you pretty much do it for free for a very long time. It's like, you don't get taken very seriously. Question number 7 is, what is the best part about YouTube? I hope I don't miss any questions. What is the best part about YouTube? Hands down, the best part about YouTube and really social media in general is making connections with people that you would never have the chance to have it not be for the internet. I realized this very early on in my social media career when I was able to travel to places, New York, Canada, Vegas, to meet with other authors, other bloggers, you know, people that are so like-minded like me. They have the same interests as me, they do the same things as me, and to be able to meet them and go on trips with them and go to their house and meet their family and see their pets, that to me is the most amazing part. And it's just really opened up my world. I felt very alone for a very long time in life. I felt very lonely for a very long time in life because so many people around me didn't like the things that I like to do. They wanted to do, and this isn't a bad thing, but you know, they wanted to work a job that maybe they liked, maybe they didn't like, but it made them good money, you know, or offered potential, and then they wanted to go home and not have to worry about anything else. And I had all these other ideas and passions and goals in mind, and I couldn't connect with anyone in my real life to talk about this, or you know, to motivate, you know, myself, talking to someone to get motivated. I didn't have that. The internet has brought me that. Social media has given me that, and I'm so thankful for that. There's a lot of bad that comes with social media. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of, I mean, there's times where I try my best to pull back from social media because maybe I'm not in the greatest frame mental health wise, and you know, social media can be a very damaging place if you're in that spot. But I always try to remember how much good it brings, and it's really being able to connect with other people. That's the beautiful part. The next question is, this is question 8. What is the funniest comment you've ever gotten? Honestly, I have the one that came to my mind. I don't know if it was supposed to be, I don't know what this comment was supposed to be, but I mean, there was nothing else I could do but laugh. But someone commented, and I can't remember the exact verbiage of it, but basically she was saying, your fingers really freak me out. And she like asked like, you know, a question to like the rest of the comment section, like, does anyone else just get really weirded out by her fingers? I just don't like them. My fingers. Like, not my nails, not my, you know, like my finger tattoos, my actual fingers. What am I supposed to do about that? Like, I understand if maybe you don't like my makeup, you don't like my hair, you don't like my shirt, but these are my fingers, they're attached to my body. I can't do it. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do about that. I just had to laugh at that one, and I'm pretty sure like I even posted the comment on Twitter because I was like, what do you do about this? And number 9 is, what is the meanest comment you've ever gotten? I think the comments that are like what I take as like the most cruel aren't people being like, I don't like your makeup, or I don't like your hair, you know, things like that, or I don't know. Things like that. Like, it's like, okay, whatever, you know, everything is super subjective, especially when it comes to that. But I think some of the comments are, especially when I post like more personal videos and people will tell me that like, you know, maybe a choice that I made was bad or wrong. I really haven't gotten a lot of those though. I feel like that was kind of more in the past because I was really nervous to post that life update video because I was like, oh my gosh, you know, I was talking about some probably like stupid decisions I made, especially when it came like financial wise. And I was like, people are just going to, you know, call me names or just say like, I wouldn't have done that, you shouldn't have done that, you know, etc, etc. That video, the last time I checked, had over 2,000 comments, and not one of them was negative. Not one. And I was like, how is this even happening? Like, this is crazy. And I posted another Get Ready With Me video, and I was talking about my experience at Gen Beauty and, you know, just kind of like some of like the self-doubts I had going to Gen Beauty, and part of it was about like my traveling experience was really bad and all of this. And I remember getting ready to post, and I'm like, I'm gonna hear like, you're such a baby, or what first world problems do you have, da da da. Not one bad comment. came from that video either. And I was like, what is going, it's almost like sad to me that not getting negative comments surprises me these days. Like I'm so used to, especially doing this for so many years, like I'm just so used to being ready for those comments. Number 10 is, what other subject matter could you create a YouTube channel about? Definitely books. I mean, I was a book channel at one point. I know I get asked sometimes, like, will I create a separate channel for books? And I just really don't want to, because 2 channels sounds like a lot of work. I know there's people out there that have several channels, or they have a regular channel and a vlog channel, all of that. Honestly, it's a lot going on. So I don't really have any other plans at this moment. Again, I have my blog. I post reviews over there. I have Facebook pages and Twitter pages for Chicklet Plus specifically. I tell you what I'm reading, you know, things like that. But yeah, I could definitely talk about books and, you know, author life and all of that, but also fitness. I actually had a fitness YouTube channel for a hot second. I also did have a fitness Instagram for a hotter second. I had it for a while. But also fitness. I love fitness. I love working out. I'm not trained or, you know, like certified in anything. It's just something that I enjoy doing. But yeah, that's another one that I could put in. That's another channel that I could create some content about. Number 11 is, why did you start your YouTube channel? So I kind of touched on that one about being the extension of my blog, and yeah, I think it was a great decision. Starting my YouTube channel almost didn't happen because, like I said, for someone who has been in this industry, like just blogging in general, for 9 years, I am so technologically unadvanced, it's ridiculous. But yeah, my YouTube career almost did not start because I couldn't figure out how to actually upload a video on YouTube. I couldn't figure it out. I remember sitting at home for like 2 hours just crying because I was like, I filmed this YouTube video and it's so good, and now I can't get it on my channel. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I was trying to watch like tutorials or like tip videos on like what to do, and I was like, I'm following all the directions. I was super late. Like, my friends were having a party because like someone who moved out of town was coming back, and I was super late getting there, and everyone's like, where were you? And I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I can't do YouTube. I can't figure it out. So channel almost did not start. So number 12 is, what video are you embarrassed by? Okay, well, you know, my first 5 videos probably, where I talk like a mouse, pretty much any of my tutorials, because also when I first started my channel, when I relaunched as a beauty channel, I thought that you had to do tutorials, and I thought that you had to do like the slow-mo makeup shots. So I did them, which is excellent. And I really, like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I was doing tutorials when I was still trying to learn how to do makeup, so like not great. But one video, the reason why I'm embarrassed by it is because for some reason in the past like 2 months now, 3 months, this video has gone from like 500 views to 14,000, which is kind of, so the video, it's called From Maid of Honor to Ex-BFF, and it's a chatty get ready with me, and I'm talking about my maid of honor who kind of like basically dumped me after my wedding. She was my best friend for several years. She acted a little bit funny leading up to my wedding, and then after my wedding she was just like, bye. Peace out. But I think like the main reason, I'm not embarrassed that I said the story. I mean, everything I said there obviously is a true story, but it's from like 2 years ago, and I just, you know, like my makeup skills aren't quite there. I got the red walls, I got my Makeup Geek singles palette I'm trying to apply. Oh man, it's just is kind of a hot mess. And so I'm more embarrassed that like it's getting a lot of views now because it just was from so long ago, and like, I don't know, things have just changed a lot. I'm more embarrassed because it just is like, it's just an older video. So to get a lot of views now, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I have curly hair. Oh my, I just, there's that. So there's that. I also swear like 2 different times in the video. That's when you can tell I'm fired up. And I got fired up in different points. I remember having to cut a lot because I would like cry or just get like super, you know, frustrated again, but a lot of emotions. Okay, so what video are you most embarrassed by? Number 13 is, what video are you most proud of? That would definitely be the life update get ready with me video that I've already referenced several times. That was a super scary video for me to put out. I talk about an abusive past, and just really open up about that. I go very personal into what I want out of life. I talked very personally about financial hardships that I've been through, which is a very scary thing to talk about. I talked about things in that video that I haven't even talked to people in real life about, like my friends here. I talked about subjects that not even them know about. So, you know, I just was very, very open in that video. I was very candid in that video. There really wasn't a lot that was off limits in that video. And it was very scary to post because, you know, once you post that stuff on the internet, it's there. But it's so crazy to me because, like I said, I've already gotten so many emails. Pretty much everybody I met at Generation Beauty, creator or a YouTube viewer, mentioned that video to me and how much it meant to them, which is amazing. But also, I can't believe how much, like, it sounds weird, but almost like how much freer that video has made me feel, because for a long time, I think especially when starting something like YouTube and you're in the beauty community and all of this, I felt that I needed to be buying a lot of makeup. I needed to be showing a lot of new makeup. I needed to be da-da-da-da-da. And I was really embarrassed to say that, like, I don't have a lot of money. I'm still in a lot of debt from trying to put myself through school. Honestly, I feel like since doing that and since opening up, I just feel a lot better about things. I don't feel like I'm trying to hide behind like a facade of like, oh no, like everything's great all the time. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel better. I don't feel as guilty, you know, filming hauls that only have 5 items where other people are like, look at my $800 Sephora haul, look at this, and I'm like, I can't do that. I financially cannot do that. I just feel a lot better about it. Question number 14 is, what is your first YouTube memory? My first YouTube memory actually came from several years ago. So I started a YouTube channel before this channel, before my fitness channel, before my book channel, all of that. I started a channel in 2013, I think it was. Again, I had just gotten engaged, maybe it was 2012. I'm like, what year did I get married? But I had just gotten engaged and I thought that it would be fun to kind of like vlog my experiences and just chat about what was happening with my wedding plans and such. Because I already had, you know, my blog and I already talked a lot on social media, I thought it would be a fun way to let people who, you know, already followed me in on my wedding plans. But also because we are an Army family, my family was, I don't even know where they were living at the time. They were either in Texas or North Carolina. I can't remember, but you know, they lived away from me. I live in Iowa, so I thought it would be a way to, like, you know, be able to keep my family looped in on the plans since they couldn't be here with me, and you know, all of that. And I think I posted like 3 videos and I was like, I don't know, this just feels weird. I was filming off my webcam. You know, I don't even know if phones like had that capacity yet, but I just had a webcam on my laptop and I was filming some videos and I just didn't feel very comfortable with it. It just, I don't know, I was filming it in a very small room with like a fish in the back and a bed, and I don't know, I mean, that's how people start at YouTube and I totally get that. And I do wish that I would have kept on and like figured it out throughout the years. That probably would have been cool, but I was like, I don't know. And then I thought, is it weird that I'm putting so much personal stuff out on the internet? I don't know what's going on. I was young and just kind of like doing my own thing. But yeah, that's kind of like my first YouTube memory. I don't really remember how I found YouTube all the way back then, because this was before I heard about like Carly and the beauty YouTube videos. I don't know if it was just like through the blogging sphere that someone mentioned YouTube and I was like, I'm gonna vlog about my wedding. Yeah, I did like 3 videos and that was it, but yeah, but after that, this was a very chatty video, but after that, that's gonna wrap it up for today's tag video. So I hope that you enjoyed hearing my answers to the small creator tag. Again, I will have the creator of the tag and Angelica's video down below that inspired me to do this one. I also have the questions down there in case you want to do this tag as well. I would love to see you do it. I had a lot of fun with these questions. I hope you enjoyed getting to know me maybe a little bit more. As always, if you guys did enjoy this video though, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.